Now, news that works for you. This is WGXA News.
Coming up on WGXA News at 10, autopsy results are in for a man gunned down in his own home as the suspected killer faces a judge. Plus, shooting suspects on the run while a man is missing his car. What to look for that could help solve this crime. And tracing the tree. Tonight we are on your side with how you can find out more about your family history. And we even tested it out for you. Good evening and thanks for watching WGXA News at 10. I'm Raymond Tubb. Mayor Makupson has the evening off. Well, new tonight, investigators continue searching for a motive after a 16-year-old is shot dead in Warner Robins. We now have the autopsy report for Ryan Skeen. Houston County Coroner Danny Galpin tells us that Skeen died of a gunshot to the chest and ruled his death a homicide. Wednesday, investigators upgraded charges against the 13-year-old suspect to felony murder and said that they would try him as an adult. WGXA is not releasing his name because of his age. Classmates at Veterans High School held a vigil Tuesday for Skeen. They remember him as a kind person. Well, tonight we also have the autopsy report for a Bibb Sheriff's employee who was gunned down in his home. Coroner Leon Jones says 23-year-old Bernard Mays died of a single gunshot to his lower limbs, and the cause of death is homicide. This as the suspect is denied bond in Bibb County Magistrate Court today. 19-year-old Michael Hardy Jr. is charged with felony murder. Mays, who was an employee of the Bibb County Sheriff's Office in the Warrants Division, was shot when he went to answer the door of his home on 2nd Street on Tuesday night. Hardy will have a commitment hearing on November 12th. Well, new developments unfolding tonight for a teen suspected of shooting and killing a man. A judge denied bond today for 17-year-old DeMarcus Smith in Bibb County Superior Court. That's according to Assistant District Attorney Larissa Oliveira. Investigators say that he killed 20-year-old Kamani Ridgway on Sherling Drive on January 9th. Smith is charged with murder and criminal street gang activity. He was transferred from juvenile lockup to the Bibb County Law Enforcement Center back in May once he turned 17. The Houston County Sheriff's Office continues their search tonight for an armed robbery suspect. Deputies say a man dressed in camouflage and carrying a pistol demanded money from an employee at the Instaloan office on Watson Boulevard. The 6-foot-tall man got the cash and ran off. Nobody got hurt. If you've got any information, you can call the Houston County Sheriff's Office at 478-542-2085. An accused armed robber is facing charges tonight after trying to hold up a bank this morning. Right now, you're looking at 40-year-old Anthony Wilson. It happened around 11 o'clock at the Bank of America on Pionona Avenue. Wilson handed a note to the clerk telling her he had a gun and demanded money. Deputies responded when the bank's alarm was activated. Well, tonight, a car is still missing as the owner recovers from a gunshot. WGXA crews were first on the scene last night around 11:30 on Lincoln Street. Bibb County deputies say that two people demanded money from 49-year-old Webster Johnson and then shot him in the leg when he tried to run away. They also took off with his white Buick, and they are still on the loose tonight. The tag number on that car is QFC 8976. If you've got any information, you can call the Bibb County Sheriff's Office at 751-7500. Well, sunshine and a warm breeze. It felt more like spring today rather than fall. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Cox joins us live in Storm Track Central with our first look ahead. And Jeff, this time of year, seems like we see changes every few days. How long is this pattern going to last?
The real warm weather actually will start going away as soon as tomorrow, but we're not looking at a big cool down. But Raymond, it's that up and down this time of year. That's the definition of fall indeed. We even had a few showers this evening on that Halloween forecast in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Well, it's been said that it's important to know where you came from, and that starts with your family history. Yeah. Whether your family is large or small, genealogy tracking sites have made it a lot easier to trace your roots.
Yeah, it's a cool hobby with the help of family and an expert at the Middle Georgia Regional Genealogical and Historical Room. Said that 5 times fast.
You got it out there.
New tonight, WGXA's Ashley Kirkland was able to find out more about her own family.
Ashley Kirkland, news that works for you.
Now, some of us in the newsroom also have some interesting tidbits about our families.
Yeah, I thought I'd start. In fact, on my mom's side, their last name today isn't what it used to be several decades ago. We've got a picture to show you. My grandfather's in the middle there. We called him Paps. George Branning is his name, but years ago, their last name was actually Brennan. So what actually happened is pretty common. The handwriting on old census reports wasn't very legible, and many names were changed because they couldn't read the handwriting. So on my mom's side, my family name went from Brennan to Branning.
All right, well, Got a picture of my dad, Curtis, my late mom, Rose, my sister, Michelle, and this was taken, believe it or not, back when I was in high school. You'd never guess from the
10 years
hairstyles
ago.
and everything there. Yeah, exactly. The Tubb family originated in England, but they settled in Alabama very early in that state's history. Sometimes the name actually appears with an S on the end. At the family cemetery, there are even family plots where some siblings appear as Tubbs, while others in the same family had Tubb. We don't know if someone started dropping the S at some point or adding it. But in our branch of the family, we believe the ones with no S are the right ones. And finally, here is Amir Makeupson with her family. That's her dad, Walt, her brother, Rudy, and her mom, Amir Makeupson Sr. In her family tree, or in their family, they recycle names. Her grandparents, Amir and Rudy, have 5 kids. 2 of them are also named Amir and Rudy. Then Amir's mom, Amir, grew up and had 2 kids named Amir and Rudy. What's even more interesting is Amir Makeupson Sr. was also a news anchor. At one time, she was on Fox for their 10 p.m. show as well. Seems like they may recycle careers there, too.
And our producer, Courtney Chicas, this is a really cool story. She sits behind the scenes talking in our ears every night. Well, these are her great-grandparents, Gus and Betty. Now, see, her last name is Chicas now, but it was originally Chicorius. Now, her great-grandfather is from Turkey. The family rumor, and this explains a whole lot, is her family rumor is Gus was in the Turkish mafia, and he upset the mob boss, so he fled to America. Now, when he got here, he shortened his last name to try and make it sound like it was more American, and so that no one would find him. It's a good thing that he became to America, because that's where he met Betty. Fast forward a few years later, and you have our producer, Courtney Chicas.
There you have it.
Cool stuff, cool stories.
Right.
So go up to the Washington Library. They have a great resource of family genealogy stuff.
And talk to the older members of your family, the grandparents or great-grandparents or uncles and aunts, because they may have some great stories that you're not going to find in those books that can really fill out that family history, too. Well, there's new leadership in Washington, and we're working for you tonight. Just ahead on WGXA News at 10. See what changes may be on the way with Paul Ryan as the new Speaker of the House. Plus, we are fact-checking after last night's GOP debate. We're going to break it down for you, what the candidates said and what's true or false. Right now, let's check in with WGXA's Rick Devens, giving you the rundown in sports tonight. Rick, should I use announcer voice like Rick Devens?
I like that a lot. You must have an announcer in your family, Raymond. Well, you're watching WGXA News at 10. At 10, must not be a World Series game tonight, but the Royals and Mets are back in action tomorrow on Fox 24. What the managers are saying about a critical Game 3. That's ahead on WGXA News.